Today we're doing something very special. Set amongst this shiny new showroom full of Porsches is the original 911. And when I say original, I mean it in every sense. We're about to drive the very first customer delivered 911 in Australia. A beautiful 1965 third owner car that's been kindly lent to us for half a day. I cannot wait.
The 911 is a car that needs little introduction. Revered by many as the sports car benchmark across 8 generations of development. Though much has changed since its inception, the 911's legacy is born out of its rear drive layout and Porsche's insistence to make the formula work. This year, it turns 55.
Amazing, this car is still finished in its original sky green paintwork, and it's one of just 6 known right-hand drive models that were produced in 1965. It's now owned by a lovely Adelaide-based enthusiast named Stuart, who's had it in his possession since 1989 when he bought it as a 21-year-old. Now, despite its status, this car has done tarmac rallies, it's done the school drop-off, and it's a car that Stuart has lived with for many, many years, but it still presents remarkably well. Okay, so we have a 2-litre flat 6, air-cooled of course. We've got a 4-speed dog-leg manual transmission, and we have a lot of glass. But this very first 911 is a real sweetie. It's super easy to place on the road, being so small. The steering actually feels really organic and surprisingly responsive, even though there is a little bit of free play. And it's just a really nice car out on the road. It drives quite nicely for its age, and the engine is really robust. It feels really strong, even with all that mileage under its belt, so much so that the owner even urged me to start exploring the 7,000 RPM redline, but I just don't have it in me. The mechanical sympathy in me just won't let me do it. More than anything though, I think this car still really embodies what the 911 is all about. It's usable, it's user-friendly, and it's a car even now that you could drive every day, and there aren't many real sports cars that you can say that about.
The original 911 replaced the 356 within Porsche's lineup and went on to be a smash hit in showrooms and on the race circuit, with the 911-derived 935 going on to win the 24 Hours of Le Mans and countless other races. More than anything, it also set the iconic rear-engine template for other generations of 911 that followed.
So much has happened in the 55 years since the original 911, but what I really want to know is whether the latest 992 generation really resembles its elder statesman. Well, to commemorate the original car's milestone, Porsche has recreated the sky green 911 in 2020 form.
The latest 992 generation 911 touched down in Australia in early 2019, boasting more power from a 3-litre turbocharged flat 6, longer and wider proportions, and a host of new safety and technology that stay apace with new buyer expectations. Look closely at the bristling presentation and design though, and there are clear links between the latest model and, importantly, the blueprint is still rear engine, 2+2 seating, and that same unmistakable soundtrack.
The latest 911 has 3 times the power of the original car. It's at least twice as fast to 100 k's an hour, and it costs exponentially more. And on the road, yes, it has a much bigger contact patch and it feels really tied down to the bitumen. And then there's the engine. It's now injected, it's water cooled, and of course it's turbocharged as well. But some things have a clear link to that original car, from the soundtrack to the fine tuning of the steering and controls, even the big analog dial at the center of the instrument cluster. But more than anything, The 911 still feels like an everyday sports car. It's really usable and it's a car that you can easily drive day to day, just like the original. Yes, a lot has changed in 55 years, but I think the 911 perfectly epitomises the whole idea of automotive evolution. Each generation has been produced with a significant nod to its past, and after driving both the original and the latest today, I don't think there's another car out there that stayed so true to its original blueprint.